Hello guys. My battery's already flashing, so that's how well this video is going to go. Welcome back, if you're coming back. Welcome, if you're new. My name is Libby and I go to fashion uni. Well, I go to college, but it's a uni degree, I suppose. It's a HND, which is like, I think it's just in the UK, I'm not sure. But it's a higher national diploma, so it's like the level below. It's first and second year of university, basically. And I wanted to come on here and show you my first year of portfolios, because I feel like it's really fun to look back on, and I've come so far from there. Like, this next year, once I get all my portfolios from this year back, I will be able to show you that, and then like we can contrast against it, and I just feel like they're gonna look so much better this year. I almost don't want to show you some of these, but yeah, I thought it'd be really cool to just sit down and show you like my full year of things that I've done. And a couple of you were asking about it anyway, and I feel like it would be quite useful to know, like, if you want to go and do this course, it will be useful to like see the kind of work that you'll be doing. So just for like disclaimer, I guess, I'm not doing this to like show anyone like how to copy things. I'm not going to show you my entire book, and I'm not going to show you the briefs that we were given, because like I feel like I'm not allowed to do that, and I'm not going to like disclose exactly how to do the course, because obviously that's what you go on the course to do. But I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of show you like things that you'll be getting on with, and like what I was doing in my year. I did get distinctions on all of these, so that's just like a little gauge to like the work versus the grade. Although everyone's work is completely different because it's fashion and it's artistic and creative, so it's like an open-ended answer, like there isn't a right or wrong. So everything that I do here is like distinct to me, so none of it will be copied anywhere. But yeah, I just wanted to show you because I thought it'd be really fun, and I haven't looked at these books for like months, so some of them I literally haven't looked at them since I did them, so hopefully this is fun and not too long, because I have 8 assignments that I went through. So in the first year you do 8 assignments. I think we did like 5 in the first semester and then 3 in the second semester. I might be getting that mixed up with the other way around, but I'm not sure. Plus we did do a like induction assignment, which wasn't really, it wasn't graded or anything, it was just kind of like to introduce us. But I've already been through that on another video like a few months ago, and I've also been through one of my books already, so I'm not going to go into depth on that one, but all the others I will show you more of. But yeah, I don't know where to start. I'm pretty sure the book that I went through in my other video, you can go back and watch it if you want to see like more pages, but this was the first book that I did anyway. So yeah, the first assignment that we did was contextual studies, which is my Style Tribes folder, which I'm really happy with. Also, I don't know if this is in focus because I can't really see that far. Hopefully some of this is in focus. My camera doesn't do like automatic focusing because it's like a dinosaur, so. But yeah, and also this room, I just cleaned it out, so it might be a bit echoey, so sorry about that. Yeah. Oh! Yeah, so basically we were asked to come up with a question and then answer that question through research. So I chose, how has rave culture impacted contemporary fashion? So I went through like the history of rave, where it came from, that whole movement and like aesthetic, and then like the history behind it and everything, and then like all the way up to contemporary fashion, different styles in fashion, and how they have been impacted by rave, and how if rave wasn't a thing they wouldn't look like how they do today. So yeah, that's what I did for this one. So I went through and like I first did a like mind map, which is this. And just by the way, I feel like half of these are gonna be like super ugly to me now. Like I'm gonna look at them and be like, ew, because I'm just not I've grown a lot from these. Basically, I went through the history of it and it's all about research on rave, but I thought a couple of important things I wanted to mention about this book was like, it was the first one that I ever did in this like assignment format, so I really had to learn the long way on like how to structure it and what things to include and not include, because I feel like this one, more than anything, shows how I like overworked myself. I did too many things and I like stress worked, and I ended up including a lot of things I didn't have to. So this book is actually like 50 pages long, front and back A3 pages. There's 50 of them, so I definitely did way more than I had to, but I also did everything in this one book, which I don't do now. Like in my final like massive assignment in this year, my final year, I'm doing like 4 different outlets for my assignment information. So I have like a research folder which is online, like it's a digital like report format, and then I have a conceptual book, like a portfolio book with big pages that are like the final creative looking pages. And then I also have my final collection, which is like the actual garments, and I have my scrapbook, which was like also artistic, but it was way more rough, and it was the first thing that we did, and our tutor basically just told us to write down anything that you could to include in your final results basically. So the research folder and the portfolio were our final things, but we also handed in the scrapbook, which was like all of our initial ideas and thoughts and like mood boards and stuff. So yeah, that's 4 different things that goes into an assignment, whereas like this folder is literally just information and conceptual things and artistic stuff and like everything in one, which I don't think I would do now, just because I feel like it's quite muddled. But to get past that, I made, I should have thought this video through. I made an index page. So I basically put the learning outcomes in the brief, like all of the questions that you have to answer in order to get the grades. I listed those out, and I put the page numbers next to those points, so that it was like really obvious that I had hit those marks, and I feel like that's what made the beefiness of this book okay, because they could just flip to this page where they needed to look and then tick off whether I'd done it or not. So yeah, but otherwise I wouldn't have done it like that. But yeah, I've been through this book before in an old video, so go and look at that if you want to see more of the pages. But yeah, that was like the introduction to my college life. Also, just a side note, I know my face is way more pale than my hands and my neck, but I fake tanned like a week ago, and obviously I've washed my face more than I've washed the rest of me. That sounds really bad, but you know what I mean. My face doesn't last as long as the rest of me, but anyway, just wanted to point that out. I know. The second book that I ever did, I'm not happy with. I don't like it at all, but I will show you anyway. It's obviously just like a learning outcome. Like, I don't like this book now, but I obviously liked it when I made it, and it's like a growing technique. Like, it really made me learn because I hadn't done anything like this before. So learning to do this through books like this is like the only way that you'll progress and get better. So I'm not putting myself down before any of you are like, don't say that about yourself. I'm not, I'm just saying I don't like how this book looks now, so don't judge me. The next assignment was like a textiles assignment, and it was printmaking, so we had to create a custom print. I'm pretty sure like we had to go through all of the history of printmaking and all that as well, obviously, and then like develop our samples through our style tribe. So mine was rave, so I like linked those together, and I could bounce off the research that I'd done from that assignment into this one, so it was slightly easier, but there was way more practical because we had to make the print and like go through all the different techniques of printmaking and do samples for each one and like develop our work that way. But I really enjoyed the process of this book. I feel like that was my favourite in the first semester out of the 3 that I did. The complexity of this one was like the printmaking and combining them together and making new techniques and like really working like constructively. So this was I can't show you the title page because it's got my student ID number on it. Maybe I can, but it'll be quite hard. Things are gonna like fall out of this book, I swear. But that was my title page. I don't know if you can even see it, but yeah. And I also did a little print book, which I don't know if you can see it right there. But it basically has like different prints that I have, like samples of fabrics with prints on it. I wouldn't have included this in this way now because I don't feel like the prints reflect the work that I was doing. Like, they're not rave prints, so like it's kind of random to look at now. Yeah, so I first did like history of printmaking and like the first signs of it. I really don't know how to show you this. My pages were laid out like this. History and stuff like that. I did a few pages like this, and I feel like obviously they're all quite plain, but because of the background and stuff, I feel like it is quite like consistent, and obviously it's just like handwritten and stuff, but I kind of like the way that I've laid this out. And even though it's just like photos stuck on a page, I do feel like it looks quite good just because they're all consistent pages. I made like a resources page, and then I went on to rave and why it reflects and stuff, and then I did some like pages on design ideas, and then like my first one was with fabric and the different colours, and then basically they're all the different kinds of printmaking. And then I did like a little how-to on each one. So like this little bit like tells you how to do it. And this was my first like practice go. And I stuck everything down. But I don't really like these pages. I feel like they don't match and they don't go with the rest of the book. I just feel like they don't match at all. So they're all sticking together because it's like got paint all over them. And like I feel like these pages just get really messy. Like, these pages don't look anything like the first ones. So I really had to learn like the hard way to get them all to match. But I do feel like I finally got that down. Like even these pages, they obviously match because they have those lines in the background, but I still feel like I could have done better with these pages. This was my like final design page. You can't even see the designs because I did them in pencil. I should have gone around them in fine liner. I don't know why I didn't do that. And then I did some like design plans, like possible designs that they could be used in. I actually like that page, but yeah, I should have done it in pen. But yeah, it's interesting to look at and then think like how obvious some things are and how obviously like you should have changed some things. Yeah, and I did like an evaluation page, and then I like took a photo with them with the fabric and posed with it, so just to show like how it could be worn and how it could be used in like homeware and stuff. Actual fabric in the back. That was that one. I did like making this, like I liked the assignment, but I don't like the final outcome. So yeah, but the second semester, final one that I did in this semester was a like professional practice one, and that was a digital like report. So I can't show you that, so I'm not going to show you those. I would put it on the screen, but then it's just like an exact copy of my pages, so I feel like I don't want to show you that. It was basically just kind of like developing your professional standards and like going through your different assignments and how you can learn and grow and what techniques you want and what techniques you need for the job that you want. So it was all like really technical and kind of boring in some places, but I really liked doing the report layout, and I realised that I love doing digital layouts, like report formats and things. Yeah, and I still want to go into that now. I feel like if I didn't do those assignments I wouldn't have learned how to do things digitally. So yeah, doing like a range of skills in this HND, which is art and design, fashion and textiles, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, because it's fashion and textiles, you get to do like the fashion development side and the business side, but then also the production side of the textiles and everything. So yeah, I really enjoy this assignment. That was the digital one, but obviously I can't really go too much in depth with it because I don't have it in front of me. But that was the first semester, and then second semester, which was after Christmas, we went on to our 5 final assignments. So one assignment was a final outfit, which consisted of 2 looks in my case. I think you could do like up to 4 garments, but I did 2. And then we did a bag to go along with that in a different assignment. So those were 2 of them. And then we did another digital assignment, which was CAD. It was really similar to my other one. And it was basically just learning how to use CAD and the history of it and going into that development kind of thing. I don't remember too much about that one, to be honest, but I liked the digital side of it. I'll go on to the final pieces in a minute, but the first 2 that we did, one of them was a deconstructive, I think it was called resisting technology, which is basically we had to buy a blazer that was pre-made and then deconstruct it and make it into something else. Obviously that comes with like all the history and then like looking at contemporary designers and the like style that you want to go in and the reasons why and all that. So this was my folder. I'm just seeing if it has any information on it. This was my title page. I really wanted to go in like a Savile Row, like vintage newspaper, like 1920s industrial kind of vibe for my layout. So I used like brown paper and black paint and like, lined paper and stuff, and like just made it really like scrapbooky. This was my like history page, which kind of went through like a timeline of history from the first bit of tailoring to 1920s, 1960s, and then the 80s here. And I did different photos throughout. And this was kind of like the layout of all my pages. So I just kind of went, like I laid it out as I went with this one. I didn't really like plan out the pages. I just kind of stuck stuff down and wrote in the gaps and like printed out all the photos, and then just kind of went as I went. I really like this page. It's so hard to show you and like talk at the same time, but yeah. But I did a page on women as well in tailoring, and then I did like this kind of like mood boardy page. I really like that one. It took me so long to fit all of those photos in one page. And then I went on to Craig Green, which was my like style inspiration. So I really wanted to go down the like industrial route, so I did some designs on that and like my inspiration. And then there's just a couple of pages that like you have to do in order to hit the marks. But yeah, a few pages on utility stuff and like the history of war and why utility style is even a thing and where it came from. I really like this page. Oh my gosh. I just really kind of played with my layout style, and I wanted to make it look really professional this time because I was really aware that I didn't have a layout style in my first semester. So yeah, really playing with the styling on the pages was fun. This one as well. I like that page. It was just like different collections. And we had to do some different sewing techniques, so I did like different patchwork, and that's kind of it really. I think then it's just like my production pages, so I did a couple of days of like each step that I did. We were actually in lockdown over this time, I think, because all of these photos are at home in this room, so I feel like we had to do it at home, which really changed like my college experience, because we were doing a lot of our lessons over Teams calls, and like learning how to do knitting and different textile stuff over Teams is really difficult. But yeah, we had to do a lot of these pages at home, which I kind of enjoyed in some ways, because we could just get on and do it, like wake up and make pages all day, and it was just kind of fun and relaxing, instead of like taking all of your books into college and all of your art resources and stuff. So it was good in that aspect, but then obviously the social side was really sad, but we made up for it this year. This was my final piece. I had pink hair in these photos. Yeah, I did like a cropped utility looking jacket. I don't actually have it because I think it's still at college. That was my other one. I really enjoyed that one. And that was like the first time that I really liked my portfolio, and I was really proud of it, and I thought that they turned out really well, so yeah, that was a really good one. The next one that we did that wasn't included in the like final piece ones was our next textiles assignment. So it was the same tutor as the printmaking assignment, but it was our like next textiles one, which was making a slip dress. So we had to research the history of slips and why they were made and why they are like stylish now, and like the different styles that they've had, and then a client profile. So that the first like experience I had with like a business side of stuff was this assignment. So we had to make a client profile and really realise like a concept for market and look at our work from a business perspective. That was really interesting as well. So this was my title page. Try and show you without showing my thing. It was quite empty, but I wanted it to look really like old-timey and cute. Really similar to my other assignment that I just showed you. But yeah, I really like these pages. Obviously they look quite plain, but I just think they look really like professional, and they all match, which I really enjoy. So yeah, they were kind of just this layout, and I just bought like a big sticker pack from Shein, I think it was, of like just vintage like Polaroid looking stickers and pages of old newspaper and stuff. So I was really on like that vibe, so I was doing a lot of that. And I did a couple of like primary research pages, which are really important. With like polls on my Instagram. You might remember those if you've been following me on Instagram for a long time. And I did like the history of slip dresses, so from the 1920s all the way up to now. And then I did a client profile page. I did like different clients and how they would wear them and if they've worn them before, so different quirky styles. Females 18 to 25, sustainably sourced, things like that. I did like different clients, so I have like Miley Cyrus and Courtney Love and people like that on mine, because I wanted it to look really like grungy, like 90s inspired grunge. And then I did a couple of like history pages on our techniques, so we had to learn different textiles techniques. So we did knitting, embroidery, different things like that, like tie-dye, so that was really fun. So I did a little history page for each one, and then I did like a how-to page for each. They look like that. It's really hard to show you, but they basically all look the same. They all look like that. So that was really fun. So basically it's a lot of that, and then my final piece, so I had to do loads of different designs. I forgot about all these designs. I think they look really cute. Yeah, so I made it with like beige in mind, and then a little grungy like influence. And I did like different production days. So I really enjoy those. Even now, like looking at these from the first semester to this one, you can like really see the difference of even my like portfolio layout and the structure of the pages and how they flow into each other. So I feel like it just really, it shows a lot of difference quite quickly. So if you're in like full-time education like this, where it's all practical things, you learn really quickly. But I still feel like I did too much in these pages. because I don't do as much now, because I know how to like whittle it down to the points that you need to get the marks. Like, I can see in my work that I was like trying to hit all the marks and I was overshooting it, I think. But yeah, this is my final piece. And my slip dress is actually over there, but I think it's too big to show you, to be honest. So yeah, but you've seen it in the photos. Yeah, and then my bibliography in the back. So my final two portfolios, they're both quite similar because they're on the same thing. So I had to base it off Rave because that was my Style Tribes folder. And I had to make a bag and a garment. I made 2 garments. I made a dress and a jacket, but I don't have any of those here. I think they're still at college. Hopefully they're still at college and they haven't been lost. But yeah, these 2 are the folders that like I find the most like unsatisfying. I really don't like how they look. I feel like they're still good, it's just that I didn't put a lot of effort into like the layout because I was kind of like over the Rave aesthetic by then, so I was just like, I need to just get the pages down, get something on them and then make the garments, that's it kind of thing. So this is my title page, like it's really plain. And these were my like mood boards. Obviously they've improved because I've got like tiny bit of text, the layout's quite cool, I've put like some tape over the pages, like, and I've got like colour swatches which make things look more professional, but I still just don't love how they look. So we just had to do the history of bags and then develop our style. Obviously we've still got the research folder of our Style Tribe, so we didn't have to do anything like that. We just had to create designs and go into production. So I had a look at different kinds of bags. I kind of wanted to reflect them back to like what you would use in a rave, so I did like harness bags and bum bags and stuff like that. I did some designs, but these pages are all just like really plain. So that's my final design. It actually looks just like that, so I'm okay with that. I have like a massive book full of samples, and then these are my like day-to-day like production pages. Super plain, like they don't have any structure to them, they're just like pages with photos stuck on them. And then I had like my final design page, and that's the dress that I made as well. And this one's pretty much just the same, even though it's like way fatter. The layout of the mood boards and stuff, they're all pretty much the same. And the style is the same throughout as well, like the layout of the book. So it's just history, like contemporary designer research, and then making our own designs, and then a final design, evaluating that. I started to look at jackets and like cargo trousers because I thought I was going to make some trousers, but I ended up making a dress. These are my first designs. I didn't know what I wanted to make at this point, clearly. I actually really like some of these designs and I wish I did a couple of them, but yeah, like pages like this, I just really don't like them. This final design page, I actually really like that page, but it's still quite plain. Yeah, and then I just had my my how-to pages, costing sheet for both of them. That was really interesting as well. We had to learn how to do costing sheets, and I actually really enjoyed doing that, and we have to do that for this term as well. My final looks. I wish I could show you them in person. Like, I wish I still had them, but they're still at college somewhere. I don't even know where they are. And that's it. These are all the books that I did. I'm going to try and hold them up all at once. Oh, you'd think I don't work out. So that's all that I have to show. 1 year of work. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it like gave you a little bit of insight in like how much work there is, even though I did too much work. It'll be less than that. I hope that you enjoyed this. Each assignment pretty much takes like a couple of months in like time frame of when you get the assignment versus the hand-in date. You're doing them all at the same time, and if I was to like look at the hours spent on each one, they'd probably be all completely different. So yeah, it just depends on how you work on things. I feel like I really like doing layouts of stuff now. Like looking back at my old books that I really enjoyed, they all have like the best layouts, so I really enjoy looking at like the visual side of stuff. But hopefully you enjoyed it and you liked what you saw. and it gave you some inspiration. If you're doing this course as well, or if you are thinking about doing this course, definitely go for it, because it's been nearly 2 years and it's gone by so fast. And that's what I was struggling with before I wanted to do it. I thought, I don't want to waste 2 years of my life, but it's gone by really quickly and I've made crazy friends. And yeah, I've got some amazing work out of it as well. Like you get to keep that work and show it with like future employers, or just develop from it personally. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I'll see you back here in a few months, hopefully, when I get all of my second year stuff back, and we can see like how different they are, because they are completely different to those. I'm still really proud of that work. Let me know which one your favourite one was, because I'd be really interested to know like what other people think of them, because I have been staring at them for so long. Like, you know, when you look at your own work for way too long and you forget if it even looks good or not. And let me know if you're going to do this course, or if you're already on it, or if you finished it, and what you did after. But yeah, catch me for the next one. I'm gonna go now. I've been talking for way too long, and I've got to go, so I'm gonna go. Love you.